This is what I think went down. A boy and a man meet. No one knows who the other is. The boy is scared for his life because there are rapists and people will do anything to you today. He didn't know who Zimmerman was. Zimmerman didn't have any idea who Trayvon was, even though he was Mr. Neighborhood Watchman. It was his responsibility to go around that neighborhood to find out who all of his neighbors were and who their children were. So this incident could not have happened. He could have prevented that by learning who his neighbors were and who their children were. Because Trayvon had been going down there for visiting his daddy for 4 years. Keep that in mind. He didn't even bother to do that. They meet up. They both question each other as to who they are. No one volunteered any information. Zimmerman, with his wannabe cop mentality, pulls the gun on Trayvon. Now Trayvon got the mindset of I either fight or I die. I'm fighting or I die. He busts Zimmerman in his head, in his nose. Zimmerman falls down on the floor. Trayvon gets on top of him. They go to scrapping on the gun, and while they fighting for the gun, Trayvon is screaming for somebody to come out there and help me. Please help me. Please help me. Help, 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 help. He finally gets the best of Zimmerman. Gets on top of Zimmerman. He might have banged Zimmerman's head on that concrete times 2 before Zimmerman was able to pull that gun up and shoot him and kill him. And he falls over and he says, you shot me or you got me. And he falls over in death, and Zimmerman gets up, holsters his gun, and then starts walking all around because he started this fight. He walked up to Trayvon, wouldn't volunteer any information. Trayvon asked him who he was. He pulls the gun on Trayvon, with being that he missed the cop. I got a right to be patrolling my neck. I got a right to come up here and ask you anything. And I'm the one with the gun. He draws it on Trayvon, and Trayvon had no other recourse but to fight for his life. And that's why Zimmerman nose got busted. That's why Zimmerman killed Trayvon. He pulled the gun. Think about it. Imagine, look at the defense's animation and change one thing. And Zimmerman said he don't know. He just hauled out and hit me and I don't know why. Picture this. 2 men walk up. 1 man pull a gun. Trayvon, which makes sense to me, bust him. They both hit the ground, start rolling. Trayvon finally gets the best of him. Get on top of him. Bust his head about twice on the concrete. Zimmerman pull up the gun, because if the gun was behind Zimmerman like he claims it was, it ain't no way he could have got it. So that gun had to have been already in Zimmerman's hand. It had to have been. And he pulls it up, draws it, and kills Trayvon. Point blank, period. 2nd degree murder. He murdered Trayvon because Trayvon was fighting for his life. It's pissing me off that ain't nobody tried to come up with some kind of scenario or what they think went down. They coming on TV and they blasting about, it's tough to this, but they ain't got no explanation. They blasting the prosecution because they didn't have no explanation. They didn't have a scenario to present. Well, you ain't had now when it don't get on TV if you ain't tried to figure out what went down. That pisses me off when I see it.